Good morning and welcome to Wichita State's Weekly Briefing. My name is Bobby Berry, Clinical Educator, Coordinator of the Workforce Leadership and Applied Learning, and the Director of the Fuse. These briefings are held in an effort to keep the campus and public better informed about the progress occurring at Wichita State. Following a university update and today's featured topic, there will be time for questions. You might have heard about the outbreak of the coronavirus that originated in China. A small number of cases have been reported in the U.S. Wichita State Student Health Services is monitoring the situation with information provided by federal, state, and local authorities. To learn about how to protect yourself and to get the latest news about the coronavirus outbreak, visit Student Health's Travel and Health Advisory webpage at wichita.edu/services/student health. The three recipients of the Harry Gore Memorial $64,000 scholarships will be announced at 11:30 a.m. Friday in the Marcus Welcome Center. They were chosen from a group of 14 finalists who competed in November's Distinguished Scholarship Invitational. The finalists come from 6 states and as far away as Alaska. 656 students, the largest group in the event's history, took part in the DSI. They earned an invitation with a 27 or higher ACT score, or a 3.5 or higher GPA, or rank in the top 10% of their class. The 14 finalists this year have an average ACT score of 28 and an average GPA of 3.93. President Jay Golden is learning the campus and community and exchanging ideas through scheduled events, meals, speeches, and meetings, as well as numerous informal discussions. In January, Golden asked faculty, staff, administrators, and student leaders to nominate individuals across our campus to serve on multiple task forces as a part of commitment to shared governance, transparency, and refining the focus of the university. To stay up to date or ask questions, visit wichita.edu/taskforces. Email address for task force co-chairs are included. Golden is also holding town halls with students and staff from all university colleges as a way to get feedback on the campus experience and the ways to move forward. They will be completed by February 10th. In an effort to learn about student experience, Golden is scheduling meetings with student groups on campus throughout the semester. On the first Tuesday of each month, Golden will send out 2 email newsletters, one for students, faculty, and staff, and one for alumni, donors, industry leaders, and community members. The newsletters begin on February 4th and will be posted on the President's website at wichita.edu/president. Multiple lines of inquiry can converge on a single problem, and that's a kind of problem that is both interesting to solve and pressing. Golden is encouraging the formation of research groups equipped to address this kind of problem through the President's Convergent Science Initiative. 2 general areas that have been identified are health disparities in delivery and digital transformations. Success in addressing the challenges in these areas will provide new opportunities for economic prosperity of the state and career pathways for our students. A third area will be identified by the faculty, who send their ideas to the deans by February 14th. The area should be broad enough to subsume an array of complex challenges and opportunities to change Kansas and the world. A call for proposals will go out shortly after naming of the third area. While the call is active, there will be opportunities for potential collaborators to come together and ideas to collide through a series of town halls. Diversity of expertise is strongly encouraged, such that experienced researchers team up with emerging researchers, and researchers from disciplines traditionally focus on external funding with those less so. Interdepartmental and intercollegiate collaboration will be inevitable. Juanita Christensen, Executive Director of the U.S. Army Combat Capabilities Development Command Aviation and Missile Center, and colleagues visited Wichita State's National Institution for Aviation Research on Tuesday. The CCDC works closely with the WSU's Firepoint Innovation Center and recently signed an education partner agreement with Wichita State, aimed at encouraging student interest in science, mathematics, technology, and engineering, including recruitment of next generation of scientists, mathematicians, and engineers. The agreement is intended to strengthen student and educator science, mathematics, and engineering education capabilities and maintain a strong base to enhance the caliber and pool of talented graduates. CCDC Aviation and Missile Center conducts research, exploratory and advanced development, and technology demonstrations to advance the capabilities of Army aviation platforms, missile systems, along with providing life cycle engineering services for all Army aviation and missile systems. 2 weeks ago, we talked about the Air Capital Commitment, which is providing immediate support and resources to those impacted by the layoffs at Spirit Aerosystems and its supplier companies. One facet of this comes from WSU Tech, which is giving its graduate workers from Spirit and other aerospace companies the chance to go back to school during layoffs in hopes of keeping talent in Wichita. Some of these graduates among thousands of workers who were laid off after the 737 suspension. Anyone who has been affected by the layoffs from Supply Chain or Spirit Area Systems is eligible for Wichita Promise Scholarship funding to upskill their training, reskill, or complete their Associate of Applied Science degree. Classes range from 4 to 6 weeks so workers can complete them while laid off and be ready to return once the companies call back employees. More information regarding this initiative can be found at www.wsutech.edu/community resources. Wichita State's Public Policy and Management Center serves as a bridge between academics and community to address critical public issues. Its reach includes local government, state agencies, nonprofits, and community developed in the neighborhoods surrounding the university. The PPMC uses content experts from across campus to serve those in public service and to prepare the next generation through applied learning. And now I'd like to introduce our featured speaker, Misty Bruckner, Director, Public Policy and Management Center.
Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate the opportunity to be here today. I'm Misty Bruckner. I'm the Director of the Public Policy and Management Center, and we have an incredible opportunity to be an outward-facing unit at Wichita State University. We have the chance to bring content experts from faculty and staff and be that bridge to organizations throughout our community and throughout our state to address real-world problems. We also get to bring along that next generation and provide applied learning opportunities for our students. So officially, we strengthen organizations, people, and communities through research, engagement, and training to address those critical issues. We've been around for a long time. It was actually, the center was actually established in 1968 by Dr. Hugo Wall. He was a pioneer that believed that universities should be a public resource for the community, not only through education of our students, but helping to be a partner in solving real-world problems. He believed that to have a strong community and to have a strong democracy, that we had to learn how to act and work together. A challenge that was true in 1968 and a challenge that is still true today. We are a part of the Division of Diversity and Community Engagement, and we are a mighty but a team of 10 strong that get to go work across the state. We do this work in 3 main areas. The first is research and evaluation, and that can take the form of many different types of services that we provide. We do this through contracts and grants with mostly local government, state agencies, and nonprofits. We work in the areas of surveys. These can be community surveys and can address issues from how to address recycling issues to people's willingness to pay in a community through taxes, or they can just be surveys about satisfaction or internal surveys on employees about how they're feeling about working in a unit. We do a lot of work in financial analysis. We do things like cost avoidance studies, feasibility studies if something is financially possible. We also do a lot of work in just budgets and about how people can best leverage their dollars to best serve the public or through nonprofits. Policy research can take a wide variety too. In the last 2 years, we've done work in animal control and we've done work in museum membership. So again, it's a wide variety that touches public service. We do program evaluation and service evaluation and things to do with personnel. So we can do things like secret shoppers, where we use our students and staff to go in and provide evaluation on how services are being delivered to the public. But we also run assessment centers for fire departments to go in and evaluate what their leadership might look like and who might best serve in that capacity in the next year. I would say that we engage faculty from across the university. So in the last year, we've had folks from fine arts who helped us out with some cultural arts plan. We've had people involved from criminal justice who worked with law enforcement training. We've had professors in the business school who helped us with human resource. So again, we try to be that bridge that brings that content expertise to folks in the community and organizations that have real issues that they're trying to figure out how to solve. One of the impact studies that I would share this last year that's received a lot of attention was a high utilizer study. We did this in partnership with Kansas Health Foundation that helped fund this, Ascension Via Christi, Sedgwick County ComCare, and then the Substance Abuse Center of Kansas. And what we found is between the last 2015 and 2018, there were 519 high utilizers, meaning they were receiving services from all of these organizations. The cost of that services was over $56 million. Of that, $17 million, almost 30%, was funded through public dollars or uncompensated care. And so that's a huge number. But what's really, I think, more important is these people were not necessarily getting services that were making them better, that they were addressing the underlying mental health or substance abuse issues that were there. So with this research, what we've been able to do is work with the Mental Health and Substance Abuse Coalition that recently formed to figure out how can we do this work better. And that's not an easy solution, and we have an opportunity to make real difference with that. We do this work through professional development and a variety of programs and activities, ranging from women in public service to online customer service training. We also manage 6 different associations across Kansas, and we're proud to say that we touch people in 100 out of 105 counties in Kansas, that WSU has a presence through that work there. We have folks like Jenny McClaughlin, who's a proud grad of Wichita State and current city administrator of City of Andover, who talks about the work in women in public service, that gives her an opportunity to come together every other month to be with other women who are having impact in the community. And without that, she would not necessarily have those opportunities. Lastly, we do this through community development and planning. We do a lot of strategic planning. More importantly, we do a lot of strategic planning implementation so that our work doesn't just sit on a shelf and it actually gets used to make a difference. We do a lot of organizational analysis, working with state, local governments, and nonprofits to think about how they might use and leverage their funds more effectively, and what services that are core services that they need to provide and what things they might not need to be doing so that they can best use those dollars. We also do large, engaging stakeholder efforts. Project Wichita is one that we had a lot of information and interest in, and during that time, to set the community vision through Project Wichita, we were able to engage 4,000 people in focus groups and heard back from more than 14,000 people in a survey response to really set forward a vision for the community through Project Wichita that involved 90 different private and public partners to move that forward. But again, the impact of our work can also be found right here around Wichita State. So we've been working with Shocker Neighborhoods for the last few years, and one of the programs that we're really proud of is the Win the Day that happened those last 2 years. We've had more than 1,500 individuals involved in walking sessions at Wichita State during the summer. Folks would come out in the morning, in the evening, get to know campus, and get healthier. We worked with the College of Health Professions, who actually did a study on the impact of this work and has recently gotten that published, and helped make sure that people knew that not only they were welcome but wanted as a part of the university. Denise Colburn was one of our community partners who helped do the fitness, and the gentleman here had suffered from a stroke. He did the final event, which was a walk or run, depending on what you wanted to do, through campus. He had suffered a stroke, and he came out at least twice a week to walk with us, and he did that with his walker, and he made it on the final day. And he had a huge group of people cheering for him to finish that race. So that is the type of work that we get to do. We think it has real impact, and we are glad that we have the opportunity to do that at Wichita State and be that bridge from content experts to the community. In our numbers, we did 32 research projects last year with community members. We had over 20,000 contact hours in professional development. There's only 8,768 hours in a year, so we feel like we had a pretty good impact out there. We touched 7,300 citizens through community engagement, people who just came to our events to learn or to participate, and that's more than 585 cities in Kansas. So again, we think we had a pretty good outreach out there, and I mentioned before, our work and training touches 100 out of the 105 counties, so we're really proud of that. We do this all with the overall goal for applied learning for our students. These are our graduate students, and they do incredible work and hopefully are being prepared for the future to make real difference. So that's the Public Policy and Management Center. So I'm glad to have this opportunity to share that with you today and appreciate being able to do the work that we get to do with the community. So thank you very much. Go Shocks.
All right, thank you so much, Misty, for your time this morning. Right now, we're going to see if there are any more questions. I'd like to close by, if there are no questions, first of all, let me scan the room. Any questions in the room this morning? All right. If there are no questions, I'd like to close by reminding you of WSU's vision and mission. Vision to be internationally recognized as a model for applied learning and research. Our mission is to be an essential educational, cultural, and economic driver for the Kansas and greater public good. Thank you so much for coming out to today's briefing. The next briefing will be held at 10 a.m. Thursday, February 6th at the Radigan Student Center. Thank you very much and have a great day.